Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into what is honestly one of the most incredible corporate turnarounds in modern history. I mean, look at Microsoft today. You see an absolute tech titan, right? An undisputed leader in cloud computing and AI. But it really wasn't that long ago that they were widely seen as this stagnant, bureaucratic dinosaur, just losing ground to its rivals left and right. And the guy who changed that trajectory? It wasn't some ruthless corporate raider. It was Satya Nadella, a leader who actually used empathy and culture as his primary tools. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to look at the stagnant tech giant Microsoft had become, how Nadella used empathy as an actual strategy, the crucial shift to a growth mindset, how he aligned that strategy with innovation, and finally, we'll look at the data behind this trillion-dollar transformation. So, Chapter 1, the stagnant tech giant, a bureaucratic dinosaur losing ground. We really need to set the stage here and understand the dire stakes of the early 2010s to fully appreciate what happens next. You know, what's really fascinating here is that Microsoft wasn't actually failing financially just yet. What they had was an internal paralysis. While Apple and Google were just sprinting ahead, Microsoft was literally bogged down in this toxic, know-it-all culture. We're talking about departments actively competing against one another instead of collaborating. Leaders were fiercely protecting their own little territories, which led to an environment with basically zero psychological safety. Morale was tanking, and innovation lagging way behind. So when Nadella stepped into COO in 2014, he wasn't just inheriting a business strategy problem. He was walking into a massive cultural crisis. Which brings us to Section 2, Empathy as a Strategy, Rewiring the Corporate Heart. Nadella saw this internal rot, right? But his solution, well, it was entirely unexpected. He started by completely rewriting the company's purpose. He made it crystal clear to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Now, that wasn't just some catchy marketing slogan. It was a total reframing of leadership at Microsoft. By making the mission so inclusive and entirely focused on human progress, he shifted the company's whole mindset from being self-serving to being service-oriented. This basically became their new North Star. But let's be real, changing a mission statement on paper is one thing. Actually changing the everyday behavior of tens of thousands of highly competitive engineers and executives, that's a whole different ballgame, which leads us to a really compelling question. How do you actually teach empathy to a massive tech giant? Well, he certainly didn't just roll out some dry PowerPoint presentation on corporate ethics. He modeled it himself. In internal meetings, he actually encouraged leaders to speak openly about their mistakes. But the real turning point? That happened when he shared his own deeply personal journey of raising a child with special needs. By bringing his full, authentic humanity to the table, he proved to his employees that vulnerability is a strength, not a weakness. And that single, deeply human act was what really began to build the trust and psychological safety that the company was so desperately lacking. And this wasn't just some feel-good exercise, it was structural. Through self-awareness, Nadella recognized the absolute limits of that legacy culture and reframed the narrative. Through self-regulation, he responded calmly to challenges, which encouraged thoughtful, reflective decision-making instead of just reactive panic. By prioritizing empathy, prioritizing listening and compassion, he rebuilt trust. And by applying social skills, he actively championed cross-team cooperation. This directly dismantled those toxic internal silos and finally stopped the infighting. He literally rewired a broken culture using emotional intelligence. Moving on to Section 3, the growth mindset shift from proving to improving. This is the psychological framework that underpinned this entire cultural revolution. Nadella really leaned into the science here, specifically the work of psychologist Carol Dweck. Her concept of a growth mindset is basically the belief that intelligence and ability aren't just fixed traits you're born with, but things that can actually be developed through effort, curiosity, and feedback. Nadella realized Microsoft had completely lost its curiosity, so he mandated a massive shift. The company had to evolve from a defensive know-it-all culture to an open, curious, learn-it-all culture. In practice on the ground, this required a huge behavioral shift. Just look at the contrast. The old Microsoft was totally rooted in a fixed mindset, super defensive, perfectionist, fiercely competitive internally. The new culture, it demanded that leaders value learning over their own egos. It demanded actual collaboration across functions, open dialogue, and, this is a big one, treating failure not as some terrible career ender, but as a necessary opportunity for iteration. Basically, leaders had to evolve from being controllers to being coaches. All right, Section 4, Aligning strategy and innovation, empowering the new culture. Because as we know, changing how people feel is great, but it has to actually produce tangible business results. Nadella knew that for culture change to stick, you need strategic alignment. For decades, Microsoft protected Windows like it was this sacred, untouchable treasure. But Nadella repositioned everything. The new mantra was cloud first, mobile first. And because he had already laid the groundwork with that growth mindset, teams felt genuinely empowered to take risks. They broke down those traditional product silos to actually make it happen. He gave his leaders autonomy, the freedom to truly innovate, but he smartly coupled that with strict accountability. Which brings us to our fifth and final section, trillion-dollar transformation. The proof is in the data. Now, for anyone out there who thinks that soft skills like empathy and mindset don't matter in the hard world of business, well, just wait until you hear these numbers. $2.5 trillion. When you see a company's market cap surge to over $2.5 trillion under Satya Nadella's leadership, it becomes pretty much impossible to argue that culture doesn't directly drive performance. And the impact is just staggering across the board when you compare 2014 to 2023. Beyond that massive leap in market cap, employee engagement skyrocketed. It went from sitting below the industry average to ranking right in the top quartile globally. And that massive strategic pivot to the cloud revenue went from a measly 5% to making up over 50% of total revenue. A declining employer brand shot up into the top 10 globally. And crucially, their Net Promoter Score, which is how you measure genuine customer satisfaction and loyalty, that tripled, going from plus 16 to plus 49. This transformation wasn't just financial. It was a complete reputational and structural rebirth. So what are the big takeaways from all of this? First off, culture change absolutely has to start with leadership behavior. Employees emulate what you actually do, not just what you say in an email. Second, empathy isn't just a corporate buzzword. It drives real, measurable performance. Having a crystal clear, compelling purpose unites action across an entire massive organization. A growth mindset is a legitimate strategic asset that fuels innovation. And ultimately, profit and principle are not opposites. They actively reinforce each other when you blend humanity with strategy. I want to leave you with a thought to reflect on today as we wrap up. This whole case study really proves that effective leadership is about creating the conditions where people can truly thrive. So if true leadership begins with character rather than just authority, how can you apply a learn-it-all mindset to transform your own organization, or honestly, even just your own life? Take that question with you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep learning.